It is Sunday morning, April 2nd. It's 4:31 and I am wide awake. It's been a terrible night for sleeping. I just have not been able to sleep at all. And I'm tired, but yeah, I usually can get a little bit better night's sleep than this. I looked at my Fitbit, and according to this, I've gotten 4 hours and 15 minutes of sleep. I went to bed at 23:30 hours. That's 11:30. And I woke up 4 hours and 15 minutes later because I got up and took care of some things. I needed to reset my arrow garden, so that's been running for about 3 months, and I needed to rinse out the bottom and wipe it out and add fresh water and all of that. And I normally like it to turn on about 4:30 in the morning because then it's not on all night long or all evening long when I'm trying to calm down and relax. So it was good to reset that. I finally have tomatoes going. I'll have to do a video on that. But yeah, if you look like yesterday, look at that, 8 hours and 44 minutes, and I had a sleep score of 82. And now I'm at basically half that with a sleep score of 64. My Fitbit, if I lie down later and take a nap, it will add that time to this. I don't know that it will adjust the score. I think it will. Like the day before, I had 7 hours and 30. That was last day of work. I woke up on Friday morning, and I was able to get a full day's work in on 7 hours and 38 minutes, and that's not too shabby. But it's been a terrible week for work. Thursday morning, I had 6 hours 57 minutes with a 79 sleep score. Wednesday, I had 7 hours and 45 minutes, but only a 79 sleep score. Tuesday, I had 4 hours and 34 minutes of sleep with a 76 sleep score. And Monday morning, I woke up with 7 hours and 12 minutes and a 67 sleep score. And then Sunday morning, I had 8 hours and 15 minutes and an 86 sleep score. But I think I took a nap later in the day to get that back up to where it should be. So it's been a terrible week for sleep. I don't know why. Friday night seemed to be my best night, and I was really hoping for better things today, but here we are. It's 4:30 in the morning, and I have 4 hours and 15 minutes, and I thought about getting up and going for a walk. So I have this moon phase calendar. It's not a terrible thing to walk in the dark, and my neighborhood is, I think, fairly safe. There's just nobody out there. The moon is currently 4,030,005 kilometers away from us. But that's not the part I'm interested in. It is a waxing gibbous, so this is interesting. We will have a full moon on April 6th. Today is April 2nd. So let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6. Thursday will be the full moon at 12:34 in the morning. So blink and you miss it. But anyway, this is, I don't need an ad from Facebook of all places. No, I don't do Facebook. I have this sun information on here, and it is telling me that the day length is 12 hours and 45 minutes. As we are approaching the solstice in June. When was the equinox? Not too long ago. But anyway, it is telling me that dawn is at 5:42 to 6:17. Astronomical. There's also a civil and a nautical dawn. I'm not sure what the difference between those two things are, but it is telling me that the golden hour for photography is 7:23 to 8:20. So if I want to get out and shoot some pictures, that I should have my butt out the door by 7:23. Also from 7 to 8 o'clock this evening is the golden hour for photography. So I've got to keep that in mind. It also has this blue hour. I'm not sure what that's about. Blue hour. That says, from the French, le bleu. Everything sounds better in French. Is the period of twilight in the morning or evening around the nautical stage when the sun is a significant depth. See, everything looks blue. So the sunlight's blue wavelengths dominate due to Chapuis absorption caused by ozone. Since the term is colloquial, it lacks an official definition such as dawn, dusk, or the early stages of twilight. Rather, blue hour refers to the state of natural lighting that usually occurs around the nautical stage of the twilight period, at dusk or dawn. So there's the nautical stage. Nautical twilight is defined as when the geometric center of the sun is between 12 and 6 degrees below the horizon. So that's the nautical twilight. So I'm at 6:17, would mean that the sun is 12 degrees below the horizon, and at 6:50 it's 6 degrees below the horizon. And then civil is right after that. So it goes astronomical, nautical, civil. Astronomical, nautical, civil. So what is... Let's see if civil twilight is on here. Astronomical, yeah, civil twilight. Civil twilight is defined as when the geometric center of the sun is between 6 degrees below the horizon and the horizon itself. And astronomical twilight is defined as when the geometric center of the sun is between 18 and 12 degrees below the horizon. So there we go. So astronomical, come on, there we go. So it's at 5:42, it's at 12 degrees below the horizon. At 6:17, stop. All these apps are so fucking needy. Rate me, rate me, rate me. You suck because you constantly need my reassurance that you're not sucky. Stop. So at 5:42, it's 12 degrees below the horizon. At 6:17, it's 6 degrees below the horizon. And at 7:23, it's at the horizon. Which does not explain... Oh yeah, it does. So then we have 21:46. It is 12 degrees below the horizon. At 21:11, it is 6 degrees. At 20:38, now how does that work? So at 20:08, it is at the horizon. 20:35, it is at 6 degrees below the horizon. At 20:21, it's 12 degrees below the horizon. I don't know. I've got three turns. It's too early in the morning and my brain is not working well. Civil. Oh, at the horizon itself. That was the part I was leaving out. So, at 20:08, it is at... no, I'm still missing one. What the hell? So, from the horizon to 6 degrees... From 6 to 12 is nautical. Oops. And astronomical is 18. That's the part I was missing. So, tonight at 8:08, the sun will be at the horizon. At 20:38, it will be 6 degrees below the horizon. At 21:11, it will be 12 degrees below the horizon. And at 21:46, it will be 18 degrees below the horizon. There we go. Now, it doesn't explain... Does it? Why? Yes. So the period, so civil, and I knew this. Civil twilight is the period when enough natural light remains that artificial light in towns and cities is not needed. But it may affect when extra equipment such as anti-collision lights is required for aircraft to operate. So this gets into some legal things. Nautical twilight has military considerations as well, because it's used when planning military operations. So a lot of this stuff is sailors can take reliable star sightings of well-known stars during the stage of nautical twilight when they can distinguish a visible horizon for reference. Under good atmospheric conditions with the absence of other illumination during nautical twilight, the human eye may distinguish general outlines of ground objects, but cannot participate in detailed outdoor operations. I live next to a hunting preserve, and I hear gunshots like very early in the morning, and I'm sure these guys are just shooting at shadows because it's just way too early to see things. An astronomical twilight is the sky is dark enough to permit astronomical observation of point sources of light such as stars, except in regions with more intense sky glow due to light pollution, moonlight, auroras, etc. And I have a lot of light pollution here. Yeah, okay. So this is interesting. This is all under the twilight. Poop. This is under the twilight article on Wikipedia, but for other uses, see twilight, disambiguation. Arts, entertainment, and media. Twilight, a character in the Marvel X-Nation 2099 series. DP7 comic book series, a persona of Angel from Buffy. Milestone Comics superhero team, Shadow Cabinet. A Great Grey Owl and the Guardians of Ga'Hoole novel series by Catherine Lasky. Gold Princess Precure. Twilight Sparkle from My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. Sophie Twilight from Ms. Vampire Who Lives in My Neighborhood. And Twilight, the main character of the manga series Spy Times Family. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 films before we get to the Twilight Saga. Which you have probably never heard of, because German, French, Mexican, Cambodian, and an American from 1998, and then a Canadian one just before these god-awful movies came out. And then Twilight, the 2014 film by Valentin Vasinovich, is ranked as one of the 100 best films in Ukrainian cinema. There was an episode called Twilight from Star Trek Enterprise. And all of these TV shows had episodes named Twilight. There's the Twilight books. Twilight short story by John W. Campbell. Novel. A Warriors book called Twilight. Twilight by Eli Wiesel. Twilight Where Darkness Begins. Series of teen horror novels. Novel, and then comics. Classical music. Oh yeah, by Edward Elgar. Twilight. Twilight Band, an American metal band. A Danish progressive metal band called Beyond Twilight. Deathbound, a Finnish death metal band, which was originally called Twilight. I bet they changed after Stephanie Meyer started showing up. Lots of albums and songs with the word Twilight in them. Visual arts. Twilight painting, a 1981 painting by Odd Nerdum. Let's look at that. Oh, of course. Looks like it depicts a woman defecating in a forest clearing. Great. Yeah, I bet that sold for tens of thousands of dollars. Other uses... Twilight Festival. Twilight Criterium, a bicycle racing event in Athens, Georgia. Athens, Georgia sounds like a very interesting place. I should go there sometime. Places. 4 of them in the United States and 1 in Antarctica. And Alexander Twilight, a Vermont politician who was alive from 1795 to 1857. What in the absolute doodle? An American educator, minister, and politician. He's the first African-American man known to have earned a bachelor's degree from an American college university, graduating from Middlebury College in 1823. He was ordained as a congregational minister and worked in education and ministry all his career. Interesting. Alexander Lucius Twilight. Oh, interesting. African-American roots. So he was biracial. His father, Ichabod, was black and his mother was white, possibly an indentured servant. Interesting. Huh. Well, you learn something new every day. Assuming that Wikipedia is accurate. I've learned way too much about Twilight, but I did want to see this. There was something up here I wanted to see. What was it? This character? Films? Television shows? Oh, this one. An episode of Star Trek Enterprise, which is a really good series called Twilight. It is the 8th episode of the 3rd season. And the plot is... Oh, this is when Captain Archer had anterograde amnesia, the inability to create new memories after the event that caused the amnesia. I remember that. That was not a super great episode, but it was there. So, oh, I completely missed this. Okay, so Twilight. Here's a good illustration of... I zipped right past these illustrations, and I am a visual person. So morning twilight is on this side of the planet, and evening twilight is on that side of the planet. Who drew these? These are actually really cool illustrations. So that's evening twilight. T.W. Carlson. Any information on this person? No, because it's red. So that's pretty cool, though. That's a nice little explanation of it. So that is what this means. So, of course, if I'm thinking of going out to get some photography done, the golden hour doesn't occur until almost a whole hour after civil twilight. No, the golden hour starts right as civil twilight is ending. And it ends just as civil twilight is beginning in the evening. So the golden hour, let's see, corresponds to roughly an hour's worth of time. So the golden hour is basically, if you look at the horizon to nautical dusk and flip it, it's from when the sun is 12 to 0 degrees above the horizon. Okay, that's interesting. So flip this vertically, and that twilight would now be the golden hour for photography. Okay. So if I wanted to get up and go for a walk, the best time to do that, if I wanted to take some photographs, would be 7:20. But sometimes it's fun to walk in the dark because you can't see anything, but the world gradually wakes up and you start to hear, it's nothing. You hear traffic and that's it. And then after a while you hear like one single little peep here and there. And then all of a sudden there's just a chorus of birds as twilight progresses. So I wonder why these things are flashing. What is this one? What's an ad, of course? Skip video. Oh, that's the monthly calendar. Okay. So Monday is the 3rd. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yep. Okay, and then what is this? I have no idea what this is. The moon is at altitude 14 and azimuth 278. The sun is at altitude negative 26 because it's dark, of course, and azimuth 54 degrees. Rotate. What is supposed to rotate? I don't understand. Compass info. Oh, it's a compass. So it would show me basically which direction to look for the moon. I should go out and try that. Okay. Interesting. So the sun is at negative 26 degrees latitude, so this is obviously wrong, which is what the rotate button is for. So, okay, I'm going to go out and try that. But there's our moon info right now. It is a waxing gibbous moon, and if there's no clouds out there, which I'm not sure of, let's look at our weather app. Come on. This is going to show an ad too. Everything's an ad. You know, the best thing we could do to revolt is to just quit buying things. So, feels like 2 degrees. It's clear. Nice. Look at that beautiful sky background. Starry night. Not sure what that map is. This is going to show me the Africa because it's going to start out on the meridian. I forget what it's called. Well, there's nothing going to happen anytime soon. There's some snow out there though. So it's 4:53 now, and I think instead of it's going to get cloudy later. So I think instead of lying here not getting any sleep, I think I'm going to get up and go for a walk and see if I can't get some things done with my day. So yeah, let's get up and go for a walk.